My husband and I were visiting some friends in Boonville, and another gentleman and I went next door to the neighbor's house to see their new home. And we took an ATV over there, and as we were leaving, the ATV flipped. I flew out face first, landed face down, couldn't feel my legs. And at that point, some of the neighbors recognized the accident and went to get my husband. And he came back and said, "Don't move."
So when the ambulance got there and got Michelle stabilized, they loaded her in the ambulance, and the driver of the ATV also was in that same ambulance, so I just followed him in my Jeep to the hospital.
I was transported to St. Mary's, where they determined I had a spinal cord injury.
They had called in a neurosurgeon to come in, start evaluating, and he told me then that the best thing to do would be go in and do surgery, try to align her vertebrae back up, and that the injury was bad. Odds are very good possibility she would never move her legs.
Whenever I found out that the doctors said I would not be able to walk and would have limited use of my arms, of course, I was shocked, but I'm stubborn and I wanted to prove them wrong. And it took a very long time for me to be able to even, move my foot, move my legs. And when I was able to take those first steps, it was pretty amazing. One of the places that we visited was Easterseals, where I was introduced to Patty Balbach. And she came in on her day off to give Brock and I a tour of the facility and to let us know how she could help us. After meeting with Patty, I knew that Easterseals was my choice. I noticed that she was extremely determined and a go-getter, and that's what I needed. I wanted somebody that was going to challenge me, and she gave me that, and she still does. Every day is a challenge.
When Michelle first came to Easterseals for physical therapy, she was just starting to walk with her walker, and at that time needed someone to help move her legs. Now Michelle is able to walk over 700 feet with the walker and no other assistance. Michelle is working on sitting to standing from the bench, which enables her, and this also strengthens her legs to enable her to be better at walking, to be better at moving from one position to another. All of this motion helps make that easier. Michelle does a lot of work at home on strengthening herself. She has equipment such as a stander and then also a walker, and almost every day she is doing something at home to help strengthen her body.
One of my biggest goals was to get Michelle back into the workforce. I felt like that was going to be the absolute best therapy overall for her, both physically and socially. I had heard about Ben Trockman and the program that he was involved with at Old National Bank.
I received a phone call from Michelle Schmitt a few years back from her hospital room, and she wanted to really talk about, what is life like on the other side once I get done with these therapies, when I want to get back into the workforce. And we had a really poignant conversation about what she could do and the limitations that she might have or might not have. We were able to give her a little bit of inspiration as to what she could do in her future. But at that time in her life, after her injury and after her therapies, she wasn't sure what she could do. And I think that we're just really grateful at Old National to have Michelle a part of our organization, because she stands for what we stand for, and that's being invincible. That's coming back from all the odds and beating them.
Michelle has just been such a great asset since she's joined Old National Marketing. One of the things that Michelle jumped right in on was helping us plan a sales summit last fall, something she'd never done for us before. And she just knocked it out of the park in terms of working with outside vendors, working with the hotel, and coordinating all of those attendees who were coming. In fact, she did such a great job that she was nominated and won an Old National One Vision Award for outstanding contributions for that project.
Michelle's confidence level, I think, in herself and in the work that she does has increased significantly. When I first met her, she was timid, and now she's out there doing the things that she many times asked questions about. She's leading.
I would like to thank Ben for everything he does for everyone with disabilities. A lot of people look up to him, so from everyone with disabilities, we thank Ben for what he does. One of the things that people are surprised that I can do is that I'm able to mow the grass, which I truly love to mow the grass. I'm lucky enough that we have a zero-turn mower. Brock is strong enough to flip me over his shoulder and sit me on the seat of that mower. It's relaxing for me, it's a great arm workout, and I just enjoy being outside, being in sunshine. It's therapeutic. Brock has been amazing through this whole process. This accident takes, for better or for worse, to the next level. He has pushed me and pushed me and pushed me, and I wouldn't be where I am now without him.
Probably one thing that I could tell Michelle, it would be that I'm proud of her, proud of how hard she has pushed to recover what she has. She needs to keep going. My thing I always do tell her is this is just the new normal. It's just part of life, and we have a new normal.